to sit up front. So welcome. Thanks for coming tonight. My name is Bobby Davis. I'm a member of the class of 2003, and I serve the university as the President's Chief of Staff. I have the distinct pleasure of overseeing the Department of Athletics, and as you might imagine, tonight is a pretty special night for all of us involved in athletics. Particularly for me, 5 members of the class of 2003, my class, are being inducted into the Wall of Fame tonight. In fact, it seems I'm the only person from the class of 2003 not being inducted, so Toby, we'll have to talk about that later. But we have a pretty busy program tonight, so we'll try and move things along because we realize that most people are here for the reception afterwards. This is Scranton. So here we go. As you may know from all the signs around campus and some of the things we're doing, this is the 125th anniversary of the university's founding by Bishop O'Hara, who was the first bishop of the Diocese of Scranton. The campus-wide celebration has been a great opportunity for us to look back on our past and look forward to the future of what might be the university. Our first speaker tonight fittingly set the agenda for our year-long celebration. As Bishop O'Hara's successor, responsible for leading the university into the 21st century, the Reverend Kevin Pequin of the Society of Jesus is our president. He assumed his presidency on July 1st of 2011. He joined us from Santa Clara University in Northern California, where he served 5 years as executive director of the Ignatian Center and as a professor of law. Prior to that appointment, Father Quinn spent 12 years at the Law Center at Georgetown University. He holds a JD and PhD degree from the University of California at Berkeley. My favorite of Father Quinn's many roles in Jesuit education is at one point in his career he served as athletic director of Regis High School in Manhattan. There's a nice connection here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce to you the 25th president of the University of Scranton, the Reverend Kevin Pequin of the Society of Jesus.
Thank you, Bobby. Toby, I enjoyed my time as athletic director. Maybe we can chat later. My friends, tonight is clearly a special night. We celebrate the legacy of athletics at Scranton and those individuals who have made an indelible mark on our university's history. Every year, we proudly honor the former student athletes and university community members that have achieved great success, both inside and outside of the classroom, and who, most importantly, are men and women for and with others in all that they do. Congratulations to the seven newest members of the Wall of Fame. Thank you for being examples both for current and future generations of Royal student athletes. Tonight you join a very exclusive group of people that have been inducted into the university's Wall of Fame, and I hope you are enjoying every minute of it this evening. It is also wonderful that many of our past inductees are here to support you and to celebrate you with you this evening. Thank you for all of the folks who are present here, and more importantly, for your continued support of Alma Mater. While much has changed at the University of Scranton since your time as students, you may have noticed that we have a few new facilities, advanced academic programs, and a more diverse student body. However, I assure you that much about the university remains unchanged. Our deep commitment to Catholic and Jesuit education continues to be our foundation. There is a deep respect for our history, and athletics is a very rich part of that history. While we are proud of our history and success that we have achieved to this point, we also understand that we need to improve each and every day. As a Catholic and Jesuit university, we understand the important role that athletics plays in terms of leadership, teamwork, and striving for the magis, a restless pursuit of excellence grounded in gratitude. We also recognize that athletics plays a key role in gathering our community and building school spirit. Given our Catholic and Jesuit identity, as well as our academic reputation, our university can become a Division III school of choice for student athletes. In order to achieve that goal, we have some work to do. We have already made important investments to expand our coaching staff, and will continue to look at new ways to support our student athletes with additional staff. With that in mind, our focus is on the need to provide improved athletic facilities for student athletes. The combination of excellent coaches and similarly excellent facilities would create a more robust stream of academically and athletically gifted students, both male and female, who want to play intercollegiate athletics. To achieve this goal, we are planning for the development of the Southside Athletic Campus in South Scranton, where we will have an all-purpose field for soccer, field hockey, and lacrosse, along with a baseball field and one for softball. This campus will also be transformational, as it will provide much-needed recreational space for all our athletes. Gary Olson, our Vice President for University Advancement, is working with his team to develop a fundraising plan in support of this new initiative. And I can assure you that everyone here tonight will be hearing from us as the projects unfold. We also have some schematics of how it will look out in the foyer, so I invite you to take a look. As you can see, we have big plans for athletics here at the University of Scranton. The athletic program has a rich history on our campus, and I look forward to building on that history to create a transformational athletic experience for our student athletes. We need your help to make this happen, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. Thank you for being here tonight, and congratulations again to our 7 honorees. God bless you all, and God bless the University of Scranton. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Quinn, for your comments, and most especially for your dedication to the athletic department since you've arrived on campus. So, as you can see, expectations are pretty high in athletics right now. There's a lot of great things happening, a lot of future possibilities, and most of that is born out of the great history that Father Quinn talked about. Early records show that the first recorded athletic contest in our history was in 1892, a football game that St. Thomas College won. Just for the record, that was the first year that students were enrolled in St. Thomas College. So, as you can see, athletics has been a huge part of what's going on at this university since the very beginning. It continues to be an important part of our identity as a Catholic and Jesuit university, as Father said. And since that first game in 1892, successes at the university have come in bunches. They include things like 3 national championships, 148 conference titles in the Mid-Atlantic Conference, and more recently in the Landmark Conference. Individually, 56 Scranton student athletes in 12 different sports have been named All-Americans. 31 have been selected as academic All-Americans. 16 have been awarded the prestigious NCAA postgraduate scholarship. This is a tradition on which we build today and hope for greater things in the future. The men and women who are part of the accomplishments that I just talked about have been enshrined in the university's Wall of Fame for the most part. The Wall of Fame was founded in 1970 to honor former student athletes, coaches, and administrators, and those in the community who have been instrumental to the overall development of the university's athletic department. Tonight, we have 7 new inductees that bring the total membership of the Wall of Fame to 232 members. Clearly, these men and women tonight are the best that Scranton has to offer, both in the classroom and in competition. They are wonderful men and women who have gone on to accomplish greater things after their time at Scranton. We are certainly proud of them and happy they were able to join us tonight. So please join me one time in congratulating all the members of this year's Wall of Fame class. So, congratulations. So the fun part is now we're going to hear from each of them, and I'm told some are more excited than others to be coming up here. So this is always a great part of the evening. So earlier today at the ceremony, you heard a lot about their accomplishments as student athletes here. I'm going to touch on some things that weren't said, but it's going to be a pretty brief introduction. The lion's share of that was done this afternoon. So we're going to try and introduce them in the same order as this afternoon. So today you heard that how Liz Baumbach helped elevate the university's women's lacrosse team to new heights during her career. In addition to the numerous things said this afternoon, she was a 3-time Middle Atlantic Conference first team selection, a 2-time Middle Atlantic Conference Player of the Year, and in 2000, the MAC Rookie of the Year. It is my pleasure to invite Liz Baumbach of the class of 2003 to the podium.
Thanks, Bobby. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming here and supporting us, this event, and the university. It's definitely an honor to be here and be acknowledged by the Wall of Fame. It's a true appreciation. And to be among you other prestigious athletes. So congratulations to you all as well. Obviously, not gonna lie, I was not excited about going first here. But then I realized in another minute I'll be sitting there and you guys will be here. So let's get this rolling. Honestly, I couldn't imagine myself going anywhere else but Scranton. When other young prospective students approach me about Scranton and my experience, I get really excited for them and the possibilities that lie ahead for them and if they were to attend here at the school. One of the reasons my experience here at Scranton was so great was being a part of the women's lacrosse team. My freshman year, as you guys may have heard, was the first year recognized by the NCAA. So there were no pressures or expectations for us to live up to. Nobody expected us to do anything, and we may have surprised a few people, and we had a ton of fun along the way. By the time I was a senior, actually one of my greatest memories was winning the Middle Atlantic Conference, fellow teammate Bridget here. We were led by the inspiring coach Brenda Brewer, who is here tonight, who coincidentally won Middle Atlantic Conference Coach of the Year our first season. One of my fondest memories of an athlete was playing for Scranton and as well as for Coach Brenda. She brought a lot of fun and camaraderie to our sport, and little did we know, while we were having so much fun playing, we would also be making Scranton history. I would like to take this moment also to recognize Brenda tonight, as well as 3 of your athletes are here currently, which speaks so highly of you and is an amazing feat in itself. And I can honestly say you probably were the most inspiring coach I've ever had to this day. Also, as I was writing this speech this morning, it also brought back a lot of memories of writing papers in college here at Scranton and how my genius Wall of Famer roommate, Bridget Lead, used to help me with many long assignments. As I was struggling to write this, I texted her to see if she'd be interested in writing this for me. The response I got was, haha, LOL. But little did she know I was serious. But in all seriousness, Bridget, you are an awesome friend and obviously an awesome teammate back then, and definitely the best at giving sweet passes and assists. I'm honored to be here with you, and I think you're an incredible athlete and friend. Lastly, I would like to thank my family, in particular my parents, Ann and Bill, and my sister, Kat. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for minivanning me everywhere as I exhausted you playing 3 sports growing up. Thank you for your continued support in college and making the many trips to Scranton to our games. You both have never pressured me in life or in sports, but somehow the way you brought me up has taught me to seek happiness and success. And I think this award reflects your success as parents. So thank you all again. And special thanks to Kevin, Southard, and Toby, and Father Quinn for making this night happen. Cheers.
Thanks, Liz. As Liz mentioned, when we talk about the early stages of the women's lacrosse program at Scranton, often Liz and Bridget are talked about in the same vein, and you can't separate the 2 of them for their accomplishments. So Bridget's accomplishments both on the field and in the classroom are astounding. She managed to be named Middle Atlantic Conference first team member 3 times while she majored in psychology and philosophy. Her hard work was rewarded during her senior year when she was awarded the Carlissimo Award by the university for academic and athletic excellence. In addition, she is one of only 16 Royals athletes to ever receive the prestigious NCAA postgraduate scholarship. And I'll second what Liz said. There are some classes from my time in SJLA that I'm not sure I would have gotten through without the help of Bridget, so thanks. She's a true example of what it means to be a student athlete, and please welcome Bridget Lead to the podium.
Thank you very much, Bobby and Liz, for both of your kind words. Good evening, everyone. Father Quinn, Toby, Kevin, Brenda, family, friends, thank you for being here tonight. I'm Bridget Lead, class of 2003, along with a number of my classmates and teammates here tonight, and a very proud member of the University of Scranton women's lacrosse team. I feel so honored to be here with you all tonight and to be included in this impressive group of inductees. In reflecting on my years at Scranton, the idea that kept coming back to mind is how the spirit of community infused every aspect of university life. And while that sort of spirit isn't something that's very easy to describe, my mom will tell a story that I think captures it pretty perfectly. So I'm her oldest child, and when she and my dad packed up the car and drove me out to Scranton in the fall of 1999, it was the first time that one of their babies was leaving the nest and going out, venturing out on her own. I can remember getting off the highway, turning up onto Linden Street, which was lined with the royal purple banners, and being really excited to see this new campus and the crowds of new students who would become my friends. But my mom will tell you that the first thing she remembers is being greeted by Father McShane at the entrance to campus. And that image, the president of the university, standing out in the August sun and handing out bottles of water and helping the student volunteers move boxes and move people into their dorm rooms, was enough to make her feel totally comfortable about leaving her firstborn in a strange city. And while she sensed something immediately, it was something that would take time for me to appreciate and understand. And I think it's something that I first fully grasped as a member of the women's lacrosse team. And what that is and what she understood was that the University of Scranton is a true community and really a family. And that leaving her daughter here, she wasn't leaving her alone. So to build a successful community or a team, it's really important to put the needs of others and your teammates first, ahead of your own. And as Father Quinn mentioned, it's that idea of men and women for others. So definitely this mission pervaded student life at Scranton. I know in the SJLA program, among others, in our classes, our professors explained this, unpacked it, helped us understand what that meant. But it also became a practical reality on the athletic field, and especially on the lacrosse field in my experience. Our wonderful, wonderful coaches, Brenda Brewer, who is here tonight, and Linda Drapeau, were really instrumental in fostering that sense of community and making sure that all the players on their team would put their teammates first, above their own needs, and even above sort of wins and losses. The good of the program was really, really important and emphasized. And while they pushed our physical and our athletic limits, they taught us the importance, above all, of subordinating those individual needs for the greater good of our team and our teammates and our community and the broader university community. So this lesson that permeates the classrooms and athletic fields here, and that was something that was embodied in that first day with the president coming out and meeting everyone, welcoming us into the family, is something that has truly stayed with me and has shaped the person who I am today. So I just want to thank everyone that was involved in pulling me into this community and making me feel so special and welcomed and part of this broader team of the university. So especially Toby and Kevin, who was at all of our games, keeping score and making sure everything was kept straight, and who gave such beautiful remarks today. Brenda and Linda, who definitely were there with us in the fun times and the hard times, pushing our limits as athletes, as women. Look up to you so much as a role model. To my co-captain, an absolute favorite person in the world to throw a lacrosse ball with and to throw a pass to, because I knew that she would just put it in the back of the net. It was really, really easy to get assists when Liz was on the field with you. The rest of our talented and amazing teammates, some of who we saw today, some who aren't here with us today, we had just a lot of fun together, and was a great place to be a team. My parents, Ann and James, who are here tonight, who supported me obviously my whole life and brought me to this school, and came and supported our team as well, taught me everything I know. My 3 siblings and the rest of our extended family who would come and support me at games. The New Jersey games were easier for them to make it out to, but often coming all the way out to Pennsylvania as well, in northeastern PA. But I want to give a very special thanks to my favorite teammate ever, and that is my sister Teresa, who is here with us tonight also, for all her support, but also for being the reason that I picked up a lacrosse stick in the first place. Because when I was in high school, I was playing softball, and you know, it was okay. But Teresa was a year younger than I and came in and found this incredibly great, wonderful, fun, challenging game, and I knew that I wanted to do what she was doing. So thank you for that, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Bridget. In 2001, Laura Boersig Carter was named co-captain of the field hockey team, a fitting honor for the consummate teammate. In addition to her on-field accomplishments, she is credited with being a leader among one of the most successful field hockey classes in history. In 4 seasons, her team won 44 games, largely due to her play and leadership. So please join me in welcoming Laura Boersig Carter, the class of 2002, to the podium.
Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone, for being here and for all the work everyone did to organize such a nice event. I was thinking about what to say, of course, and that's always hard. You just kind of think about it. So I have a couple different words to share. It has been said, especially here at this university in the classroom, to those who much is given, much is expected. I have been given so much in life by my parents and my brothers. I would not be the person I am today without their continued love and support. Their steadfast support helps bring me here to this lovely University of Scranton, where I have received the gift of an amazing education, lifelong friends, and a fun field hockey career. With the added support of my wonderful coach, Brenda Brewer, thanks, Brenda, and my teammates, I was lucky enough to excel in the sport I loved. Sports gives you so much and helps you in all other aspects of your life. So I'm a labor and delivery nurse. And this week I was thinking, what do I say up here in front of everyone? How do I bring sports to life? And I thought, sports has given me a lot. I had an emergency the other night on a busy labor and delivery unit, and we do all kinds of things to get ready for this. We do drills, we do practice notes, we talk about what we're gonna do. When something almost happens, we think, okay, how are we gonna make it better when it really does happen? And the other night, we had the 2-minute drill. The game was on the line. We had emergency with a mother. Okay, what do? I was lucky enough to be in the room to help. This is perfect. You know, we first did our first emergency drill and our first maneuver that we do. It didn't work. Oh no, but that's okay. Let's do the next thing because we've practiced this over and over and over. And this practice makes us good at it. And I was glad to be there. And my practice as a captain on the team just makes me want to say, all right, let's do this next. Lucky enough, I knew what to do. So we readjusted our focus, and guess what? It worked. It worked. We had our baby. Everything was fine. But guess what? The next emergency's there. We're still down a goal. So what are we going to do? So our team moves over to the next part, and our mother's fine. Let's take care of our baby. And I'm thinking, what do we do? Oh yeah, we practice this. We take tests for this every year. So we were able to do it, and guess what? We won. We were winners because we had a healthy mom and a healthy baby again. And I was just so lucky to think, boy, this was cool, this was great, this is what I've done my whole life. Sports has given me the confidence, the energy, the patience to make it through this kind of event and be the leader there, telling others who do the same practice exactly what to do with me. And together on my team, that's the nursing team now, I'm able to excel and be a part of such a wonderful event in so many people's lives. And I'm lucky enough to have the skills, the talent, and confidence to do it because of what I've gained here at the University of Scranton. And I'm so lucky for what I've been given. So with that, I'm still given more. I'm given more by my always supportive husband, Brian, and my son, Colin, who is the one that's screaming here. He's the one who's saying, mommy, 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 so sorry about that. And with another little girl on the way, who knows what life's in store for us. So I want to give my congratulations to all the members of the Wall of Fame, today's members and past members. Thank you for sharing this honor with me today. And thank you for the University of Scranton. You give students so much, and we are all so lucky to attend this fine university. Thank you. I know that you can expect so much from each and every member of the university because of what you've given us. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. That concludes the Brenda Brewer portion of the program. Darren Boozman was unable to be with us tonight, but his impact on the Scranton wrestling community lives on. The 2003 O'Hara Award recipient and second All-American in Scranton wrestling history, he graduated from the university with 125 wins, the all-time leader. He won 30 matches 3 years in a row and was the third wrestler in our university's history to win a MAC championship. Please give Darren a round of applause, even though he couldn't do it. Sorry. In 1987, Valerie Sherwin was named captain of the women's volleyball team. She demonstrated her dominance throughout her career as a 4-year starter and 3-time team MVP. She's the first 3-time all-conference selection in the volleyball program's history. Please welcome Valerie Sherwin to the program.
Thank you. I had just returned home from my daughter's high school volleyball match when I got a message that Kevin had called. I hadn't heard from him in years. I called him back, and his wife answered and said he was out walking the dogs, but he wanted to tell me something. I'm like, Linda, you gotta let me know. You can't leave me hanging here. And she told me the news that I was being inducted into the Wall of Fame. I told my daughters, who were 14 and 16, and they just kind of looked at me like, huh? And I go, I was not a mom all my life. I've been an assistant coach for my daughter's club team for 3 years now, so now I'm hoping she might actually listen to me on the court. I'm truly humbled by this honor. I've loved the game of volleyball from the time I started playing as a freshman in high school. Back in my day, there weren't any club teams like they have nowadays, and I wasn't very good. I was awkward, but I just kept trying. My high school coach said she was going to have to cut me my senior year, and then all of a sudden, things came together. She did tell me she did have to replace quite a few bleachers because I hit the ball so hard into them and broke a few. Then came my decision to come to DU. I came here for the physical therapy program, but I still wanted to play volleyball. I remember being scared to death when Dr. Simon told us, who was the head of the physical therapy department, that a student could not attend physical therapy program and be a student athlete at the same time. And definitely by your junior year, there was no way you can be a student athlete and be a member of this major. Well, there were about 6 of us who proved him wrong that year. One of the reasons I was able to do it was because of Dr. Gary Mattingly, who was a professor at the time, and then the year after me, he actually attended classes with the PT students and became a PT himself. He was a huge fan of the volleyball program and often brought his family to games. I remember going to him in the fall of my junior year as I was very overwhelmed to have my neurology class with him. I had just barely passed the physiology class with the pre-med students the year before. I talked to him about my fears of having to take neuro during volleyball season, and all he said to me was, "Val, I have a way of teaching it, and you will be fine." And I was fine. I was only able to make Dean's List during volleyball seasons. For some reason, made a difference. David was my assistant coach my first 2 years. He challenged me to always get better and not just accept getting by. He became my head coach the last 2 years and challenged me to be a leader and not making it always clear and an easy path. Although I did find ways that my knee tendonitis would kick up every time we had to run suicides or run the bleachers. He taught me a lot about volleyball and life, and we had some really good and fun times together that I will always cherish. Thank you, David. Kevin became my assistant coach my junior year. He was one of the most kind-hearted people that I know, and he just had a passion for the game. He also always challenged me and pushed me to keep getting better, not just to make myself better, but to be a better leader to make my team better. He led that by example and made a ton of sacrifices to help our team. I strive to do that as well as a coach. Kevin, thank you for thinking of me and making me this nomination. My daughters still have a hard time realizing that I actually did play this game. Thank you to my parents who have always supported me in this sport. My dad wasn't able to make it because of the weather, and my mom passed in September. I wish she could have been here to see this, as she was always in the stands cheering, even when she didn't even know what she was cheering for. She continued to do that for my daughters as well. My dad will still come and watch me coach, even though I do know it's his granddaughter he's there to see. Lastly, thank you to the university and the athletic department. Division III sports is the best of both worlds, getting your education and being able to enjoy playing a sport. It taught me how to have quality study time and become a well-rounded person. I had great role models here at the university through my career, and I try to emulate that in my career and in my coaching career. I thank God for his guidance over me and guiding me here to the university. Thank you again.
Thank you, Valerie. Derek Elphick was a key member of the men's basketball team for 4 years. He was a D3Hoops.com and Eastern College Athletic Conference first-team all-regional selection, a 3-time Freedom Conference first-team selection, and in his senior year shared the John Les Dickman Team MVP Award with fellow honoree tonight, Dan Loftus. He shared that award in both 2002 and 2003, I'm sorry. Please welcome Derek to the podium. Derek.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Now that I live in the Washington, D.C. area, Father Quinn, I hope you know how much they miss you down there. And I can't go to a business meeting with any Georgetown alumni without hearing about a 25-minute speech about how bad they want you back. So I just wanted to say that. Honestly, I'm just thankful to everyone. This community in Scranton carried me through some tough times for me. When my father passed away, if it wasn't for the strength of the bond I had with my team, the coaching staff at Scranton, and really just the whole community, really helped me get through that time. So I'll be eternally grateful for that. And obviously all my old teammates, all the people that used to attend the games, can't tell you how much I appreciate all that stuff. And that's something I will never forget for the rest of my life. Thanks.
Thank you, Derek. Dan Loftus was a key member of the university basketball team during that same time that we just talked about with Derek. He was a 2-time College Sports Information Director All-American in District 2, 2003 University Carlissimo Award recipient for academic and athletic excellence. He was twice named team captain, and as I mentioned a minute ago, shared the John Les Dickman Award with Derek Elphick in both 2002 and 2003. Please welcome Dan Loftus.
Thanks, Bobby. And for your baseball career, I think you got to talk to Bartoletti about getting in the wall. But really, being inducted into the Wall of Fame, it's truly an honor that I don't take for granted, and I never will. I'm proud to be part of a great tradition here. I know it includes people like Peter Carlissimo, Les Dickman, Toby Lavecchio, Deanna and Steve Klingman, who are here tonight. So what truly a great group. Bob Beswar and Mike Strong, two of the famous coaches that have been here for a long time. So it's truly an honor. And with the group here tonight, and if you heard Kevin's statistics of me at the game today, certainly 90% of those assists went to Derek. So I definitely wouldn't be here without you. Thanks, bud. I had an amazing 4 years here at the university. From day one, freshman year, the university community was welcoming. The university gave me opportunities to succeed, and I made great friends that will definitely last a lifetime. I think most importantly, though, I met Ellen Finley, who is now my beautiful wife and amazing mother to our 2 children. And by the way, she was the captain of the Lady Royal softball team and moonlighted as the social chair for the class of 2003. It was unofficial. I was blessed with many good times here at the university. None of it could have happened without the support of my parents, Bill and Kathleen, my brothers, Brian and Patrick, my sister, Beth, and all my friends here. And then also, I had 2 great coaches, Bob Beswar and Carl Danzig. So thank you to everyone. And kind of broadly speaking, I was fortunate to come to the university. The priorities that my parents had laid out and raised me with were really directly in line with the priorities here at the university. So I think it kind of boiled down to 3 principles. One, that family, faith, and friends come first. Strong education is second, and then athletics comes third. My parents, they never let me forget that family came first. Not only were they at every game, but everyone in the gym knew that they were at every game. They were there, they said, to root the team on, right? Seemed like they were there to make sure the game was well officiated. And, but they were actually, no, they were always there to root on the good guys. My twin brother, Brian, he played at Elizabethtown College. So our senior season, I think we realized they logged about 50 games between the 2 of us. And my dad, he says it's great memories, even though he's harassed me about it before. He didn't think I truly appreciated it. But that's a joke. But they say their favorite memories are going from Doylestown out the Pennsylvania Turnpike to Elizabethtown, the 2-hour trip up 81 to Scranton to catch the nightcap game, and then back down the Northeast Extension to Doylestown. So those were and they truly are special memories for our family. As we all know, academics is certainly a top priority here at the university. I'm not just saying that because Father Quinn's sitting right here, but every student athlete knows that juggling school and athletics is very demanding. We had to be disciplined with our time as we were trying to succeed, on the court, in the classroom, on the wrestling mat, or on the field, or on the volleyball court. And those challenges, I've realized, really taught us skills you can't necessarily teach in a classroom, but they're things that we necessarily need once we all graduate and hit the real world. So athletics, was definitely a privilege. If all other aspects of your life were in line, then you had the privilege to practice and play. And at the U, I was lucky in my career to have 2 great coaches, Carl Danzig and Bob Beswar, and they definitely had different styles, right? But they both were and are extremely successful in what they do, and excellent role models for other players. So Coach Bess, I don't know if he was able to make it here tonight, but he was the Zen master, right? Before yoga and Pilates were popular, he had these famous fireside chats. So he was way beyond his time. And he taught the game with a calm and measured approach that really thrived through 4 decades. Carl Danzig, on the other hand, as we all know, he's one of the more intense people you'll ever meet. So, and I say that with the utmost respect because Coach has the unique ability to really drive players to their peak performance. And then once they hit that peak, give them a hug and tell them he's really proud of them. So both of the men had a great passion for the game. They taught me a lot about preparation and competition, skills that I really aspire to continue through with my life today. Basketball at the university, this supplied me with countless memories of spending time with teammates, practice and games, win or lose, those memories are really priceless to me. And as I thought back, there was a couple of memories that really stuck out, but the one that kept coming back was, I spent a lot of time through our 4 years with Derek and James Rudolph, Brian Smith, Owen Bailey, and Jeff Kane. We were kind of the same, we were the same year. So what I kept coming back to was just our victory dance songs in the locker room after a win. And just everyone's face was so joyous, right? It was pure joy and just for the love of the basketball game. So when it's all said and done, kind of similarly, I always go back to the days in college that I enjoyed the most. And everyone's been to college and played a sport. You get the education done throughout the day, and then you spend 2 or 3 hours with your best friends in the gym, go grab a bite to eat, and then here at the university, you'd relax for a couple hours up and down Mulberry Street. So those were definitely some great times. So tonight, I appreciate you letting me spend some time, take a walk down memory lane and reliving these glory days. But I'd like to thank the Wall of Fame Committee. I'd like to thank Toby and Father Quinn and Bobby, and definitely Kevin Southard for putting together such a great night. So thanks for your time.
We have one round of applause again for everybody that was on it tonight. So as part of the 125th anniversary, the university is producing a book on the history of the university. The chapter or the section on athletics begins with a quote from St. Ignatius, the founder of the Jesuits. He says, "Place before your eyes as models for imitation, not the weak and cowardly, but the fervent and courageous." So I think you'll agree with me that tonight's honorees are good models for imitation. So congratulations to all of you again. Just a few more thank yous before we bring up the last speaker. Just want to thank the Wall of Fame Committee and name them: Bob Beswar, Carl Danzig, Eric Eckenrode, who's the Director of Athletics Development. You may be hearing from him per Father's request there. Dave Hare, Wall of Fame class of 2003. Jane Johnson, who's the Associate Director of Recreational Sports. Steve Klingman, Toby Lavecchio, Colleen Murphy, our head women's soccer coach. Matt Piverato, head men's soccer coach. Randy Szymanski, our assistant SID, who works in tandem with Kevin. They both do yeoman's work every day. I think everybody would agree with that. Mike Strong, and Janice Winslow, who's the Director of Recreational Sports. One last thank you to all our coaches and athletic staff. Your work with student athletes, past, present, and future, is obviously an inspiration to them. Your influence on them on a daily basis throughout their career is the reason that a lot of our student athletes describe their time here as transformational. So thank you for that. Thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for all the work you do pretty much 24/7 during the academic year. So thank you. Our last speaker tonight is a member of the Wall of Fame and an ardent advocate for collegiate athletics. Toby Lavecchio is a member of the class of 1985 at the university and joined the university's staff as the first full-time athletic director in 1997. Since then, athletics at Scranton has flourished under his watch, garnering numerous regional and national accolades. Toby could tell you more about that, but for now, we'll just say, please welcome Toby to the podium. Toby.
Thank you, Bobby. This is by far, for me, one of the best days of the year, because I have an opportunity to stand in front of a great class of inductees every year, and it just seems to be getting better and better. So I feel very honored to be standing here once again as the Director of Athletics and to speak to this entire community as a part of this wonderful day. Great, the weather held out. I know it might have hindered some of your family, and I'm sorry for that, but as we all know, it was just another typical day in Scranton. It was just beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. One of the fine points of being up here as well today is when I have the opportunity to say congratulations to both our men's and women's basketball teams for their victories today. it always makes it just a little bit nicer, but beating Catholic is really special. So, so it's a great job, both Carl and Mike and the student athletes that are part of those programs. Today's date, I don't know if you really thought about it. It's January 25th, 1/25. And when we were thinking about this Wall of Fame date, we go back and forth, typically try and have it in December if we can, just because usually the weather is a little bit more predictable in December. But as we were sitting around, Aaron McGuire, our operations manager, said, we play Catholic on January 25th. Why don't we have it on that date? 125 years? Well, she's brighter than me, and of course, everyone sitting around said, boy, that's a great idea. So that's why we chose to have the Wall of Fame on today, on January 25th. It would be another wonderful university event to help celebrate our 125-year anniversary. So we are really pleased that all of you are here today as another part of this year-long celebration. Welcome back to Scranton is certainly appropriate for many people here today. And in addition, welcome to Scranton for many others coming to our campus and sharing your day with us as we celebrate the many accomplishments of our 7 newest inductees into the Wall of Fame. I hope that all of you have enjoyed your time spent on campus today, taking time to see all the physical changes, catching up with many people that you may have not seen for a while, and probably just going down memory road. There's been talked about quite a bit today about our transformation. And our transformation as a campus is very obvious to the eye. And we are all very grateful for the work that has been done to improve our university in so many different and exciting ways. Although our transformation is not just in physical structures, our athletic department staff also helps transform this university in many ways not always visible to the naked eye. Thank you, staff, for being here and for all the work that you do. A special note of gratitude also to the former coaches and Wall of Fame members who came back today as well. Thank you for accepting our invitation to join us on this very special day, as it is appreciated very much. It never gets old for me giving thanks. And this next brief area is, you know, we have great people here. And a special thanks always to Kevin Southard, Randy Szymanski, Aaron McGuire, Tricia Kristiak, Franny Mancuso, and Eric Eckenrode for all the work you have done to make this day and night such a success for everyone. In addition, thank you, Father Quinn and Bobby, for all your support of athletics and this Wall of Fame. I would like to take this moment to congratulate our newest members into the University of Scranton Wall of Fame: Liz, Laura, Derek, Bridget, Dan, Valerie, and Darren. Maybe you someday, too. This is an outstanding accomplishment for all of you and an honor you richly deserve. I am so proud to stand up here in front of you today. I'm not sure that any of you ever thought about this when you were student athletes here, which would be normal, all right? And probably even healthy, all right? Because you were spending time, academics, of course, athletics, and a little bit of social time as well. But I can tell you, all right, seven or five, and obviously Darren is not here, but Valerie, I wasn't here, obviously, when you were a student. But as someone who had the pleasure of watching 6 of you during your athletic careers, I certainly was thinking about it while you were playing, and definitely once you graduated. Because I knew then that I would see you on campus for this achievement someday. And I wasn't the only one. All 7 of you are outstanding inductees who contributed such a great deal to the academic and athletic success of your sport program. You are such an integral part of our history. I am very grateful for that and appreciate you coming back to campus on this very special day. I want you all to know that I enjoyed my time getting to know you as student athletes and the opportunity to engage with you in a number of different ways while you were students. You have made such a positive impact on the University of Scranton. As Father Quinn mentioned earlier tonight, we have an ambitious yet simple goal for Scranton athletics. Become the Division III school of choice for scholar athletes looking for a world-class education and transformative athletic experience. We have established the Scranton Athletics Fund, our annual campaign to support and promote athletics at the University of Scranton, to help us achieve this goal. The primary objective of the Scranton Athletics Fund is to raise money to directly support our teams and student athletes, improve our facilities, and establish an endowment that provides ongoing support into the future. This is an opportunity for all alumni, family, and friends of Scranton Athletics to get involved, and I hope we can count on your help to provide a first-class and transformative experience for our nearly 400 student athletes and the university community that we serve. And I also hope that you will save the date for our first Carlissimo golf tournament and award dinner, which is being held on Monday, June 9th at the Hamilton Farm Golf Club in Gladstone, New Jersey. Details will be announced soon regarding this event, and all proceeds will benefit our exceptional student athletes through the Scranton Athletics Fund. Just a brief note, I could talk at length regarding these athletes, but I want people to just understand one thing with Bridget and Liz. I was a part of starting that program, and those 2 women in the history of our Women's Lacrosse program are still at the top. The crazy thing about it was they were on this campus when we started it. They weren't recruited. They were just here. And I find that to just be, I always look at that and say, it's really amazing. But I just wanted to share that with everyone. Congratulations again to our newest members of the Wall of Fame. Thank you for all your outstanding contributions when you represented Scranton as student athletes. Equally important, thank you in advance for all that I hope you can do for the future of our athletic department and university. And I just want everyone in the room to remember that we all have some important role in the growth and development of the current student athletes and prospective student athletes at the University of Scranton. Your involvement is critical as we move forward. So please, stay involved. This concludes the remarks portion of tonight's celebration, but before we head into the McElhenney Ballroom, which is right across the foyer, to enjoy our reception, please enjoy this brief video highlighting the University of Scranton's 125th anniversary. Have a great time at the reception, have a safe trip home, and a healthy and rewarding 2014. Thank you.
It is for you to put your shoulder to the wheel and to see this institution of learning rising up. And it is the great desire of our heart to see your children gather therein to learn, first the faith, and then to learn those other branches necessary for their welfare in the world.
Nice job.